Conditionals? What are conditionals? When do we use them? How many types are they? If you don't know the answer to these questions, keep watching this video. Welcome to Vox Publix. I'm Paula, and today we are going to give a closer look to conditionals, or if clauses as some people call them. So let's answer the first two questions. What are conditionals and when do we use them? Conditionals or if clauses, these are sentences that describe what might happen in the present or in the future, or might have happened in the past but it didn't. And basically we use them when we want to speculate about what could happen, what might have happened, or what we wish it would happen. There are four main ways of forming conditional sentences, and then you have the mixed conditionals. In all cases, all the conditional sentences are formed by two big elements. We have first the if clause, that is the condition, what we need to happen in order to have a result. And then we have the main clause, that is the result of that condition. For example, you will be sick if you don't stop eating. So if you don't stop eating is the if clause, it's the condition. And you will be sick is the result. So we said that there are four types of conditionals. The first one that we are going to learn today is the conditional type 0. And you can make a conditional type 0 sentence by using the simple present in both sentences, in both clauses. We use the simple present in the if clause and we use the simple present in the main clause. And we use this conditional type when we want to talk about things that we know that the result will always happen, is a general truth or a factual situation. For example, if water reaches 100 degrees, it boils. Now let's move to the following type, and this is the conditional type 1 or first conditional. In order to make a sentence using the conditional type 1, you need two verb tenses, the simple present and the future simple or future will. So we're going to use the simple present in the if clause and we're going to use the future simple in the main clause. This type of conditional, it's used to talk about things which might happen in the future. Of course that we don't know what will happen in the future, but it describes possible things which could easily come true. For example, if it rains, I won't go to the park. But if it doesn't rain, I will go to the park. If I have enough money, I will buy a new pair of shoes. But I need to have enough money in order to buy those shoes. Now, what's the difference between the first conditional and the 0 conditional? So the first conditional describes a particular situation, whereas the 0 conditional describes what happens in general. For example, if I say, if you sit in the sun, you get burned, I'm talking about the general situation. The burning is a consequence of sitting in the sun. But if I say, if you sit in the sun, you will get burned, I'm talking about what will happen today. Tomorrow may be different. Is it clear? You let me know in the comments. Now, let's see the following type. Conditional type 2 or second conditional. And the second conditional uses the simple past in the if clause and would plus infinitive in the main clause. And we use this conditional for two different reasons. First, when we want to talk about things in the future that are probably not going to happen. For example, if I won the lottery, I would buy a big house. But I probably won't win the lottery, especially because I don't play. If I met the Queen of England, I would say hello. But I'm in Portugal, so again, very small chances for that to happen. Second, we can use this conditional type to talk about something in the present which is impossible because it's not true. Is it clear? Have a look at the examples. If I had his number, I would call him. But the reality is I don't have his number, so I can't call him. If I were you, I wouldn't go out with Sarah tonight. But I'm not you, and there is no way one day I will be you. Now, the second conditional type is different to the first conditional type in the sense that the second conditional type is more unlikely to happen. For example, if I had enough money, I would buy a huge house with 20 bedrooms. If I have enough money, I will buy a new pair of shoes. It's more likely that I have enough money to buy a new pair of shoes than a huge house with 20 bedrooms. The last type of conditional that we are going to see today is the conditional type 3 or third conditional. And we make the third conditional by using the past perfect in the if clause and would have plus past participle in the main clause. For example, if I hadn't eaten so much, I wouldn't have felt sick. The third conditional talks about the past. It describes a situation that didn't happen and its probable result. So it's an unreal past condition and its probable result in the present. For instance, if she had studied, she would have passed the exam. But she didn't study, so she didn't pass the exam. If we had taken a taxi, we wouldn't have missed the plane. But we didn't take a taxi, so we missed the plane. And that's all for today. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And I will see you next week. Bye!